All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, Giants Nation, doing a film breakdown of Jaxson Dart's preseason debut against the Bills. Really solid outing, 12 of 19, 154 yards and a touchdown pass. I like the decision making. We're going to go through every throw that wasn't a screen or that first play that was a free access hitch. Every play where he's actually making a decision on it, and I thought the decision making was good. There's a couple plays where there's like maybe hang in there, make this throw or get this ball out quicker, and some inaccurate throws. But overall, just really good decision making for Dart in its preseason debut. Obviously, it's vanilla defenses, and you'll see that, but some good ball from Jaxson Dart. So let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because we are the #1 spot for Giants football. All right, so first play, let's get into it. Pretty simple. We're going to have, Y cross versus like a cover 4, cover 6. Dart's reading this player. He's going to hit this out route to Dulcich, the tight end. For Dart here, again, you got these two high safeties. They both stay high, right? So no one's rotating down. And then for Dart here, it goes read the vertical, right? This is a must outside release vertical for the outside receiver, which takes this corner, whether this corner is trying to play this shallow zone, the flats, or carry it vertically. Well, this leaves this space over here, and we don't have anything occupying these linebackers, and the fact that this linebacker doesn't carry with this means that this cross is, it could be there, but it's just going to be a tighter window. So you read it, this corner's declaring, get the ball out, put it on him. Nice, easy pitch and catch completion, second down. You see it from the end zone angle. Again, he's reading that outside corner, right? Sees the outside corner is carrying the vertical. Now we want to check this linebacker that's right here, Milano. Get it out. Next play, we got a play action post wheel with the over, and then we get a free rusher because he does not carry the tight end or chase the run. And this is Dart just doing a good job getting this ball out quick. So the concept is we're going to motion Washington. We're going to have a post, a wheel, an over, and then this the tight end, into the flats. Motion, coming into the flats. The play action, you're hoping that this defensive end, takes this under, or takes this underneath and takes on the tight end is what you're hoping on this play. Because as a defensive end, you're seeing this run action. You're seeing this looks like split zone. You would think that he would take on the tight end to play the run. He doesn't, goes for the quarterback. Well, that busts up our entire play. Dart does a very good job of avoiding this and just get this ball out to Dulcich in the flat. Good defensive play here by the Bills, but a good job by Dart not letting this become a negative. Sees that rush, eludes, get that ball out, live for third down. So this next play is a 3rd and 3. This is a bad throw, but I love the decision. And again, I can't fawn too much because it's basic preseason defenses. But this is getting to the backside dig, man. This is what separates, can separate good to great quarterbacks is getting to these plays. So it's a 3rd and short. They've got the single high safety, and we're going to run a sail concept, right? That's one of Jaxson Dart's favorites at Ole Miss. Yeah, they complete it later in the game. So you have the vertical, the corner, the sail, and then the underneath here, right? A 3-level read. You get it versus man coverage. Your outside receiver gets held up a little too long. They're in man coverage. You also have, on the backside of this, the dig with Greg Dulcich. And then the underneath by Cambry. Well, the underneath is going to take this linebacker here in cover 1, this underneath linebacker, which is going to leave this whole area of the field open. Dart gets to the backside of this. Awesome job. He just misses Dulcich. Right? We see eyes are front side on that concept. It's not there. Right, you can maybe throw that corner out, but it's going to need a great throw, great catch. There's not clear separation yet. But you know that this underneath, like when you get to the backside, this linebacker is going to have to declare on one of these routes. It's 3rd and short too, right? 3rd and 10, we may hang in there. Like, let me rewind. If this is, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, we may hang in there and see if we can get this ball out here, even though it's just not great timing with these two receivers. But 3rd and short, if this linebacker, plays with depth, then we're going to hit this drag route to Dalen Cambry. If he plays it the way he is, we've got the backside dig. We simply just miss it. But it's a good read. We just miss on the throw. Which isn't, not good, but it happens. All right, so next play. This was the first play where I didn't like the decision on this. This is a play action Yankee concept. So it's under center. You're going to have the post and then the over. And you get it versus cover 3, which is what you're looking to get it against, because usually you're going to have this area of the field open because this outside corner is going to take the post, and the read is this post safety right here. So this is who Jaxson Dart should be reading. So if this safety triggers down, you want to throw this ball, dead center of the field, deep down the field, hit a big play. If he stays deep and stays honest on the post, well, you've got this area of the field should be open, just depending on how far these linebackers bite on the play action and how much depth they can get back. So Dart's expecting to have, something clear like that. But the Bills do a good job of this, of passing this off. Right? So this corner passes this off. This corner shows like he may sit on the over, right? And that freezes Dart up a little bit. And then the post safety triggers down on it. And you don't want to throw this ball into this part right here. And you could say, hey, throw the post on this. And I don't think Dart saw this. In fact, he didn't see this. But the backside corner, a lot of times teams in their cover 3 like this and they get the play action, they'll have this corner chase and man. The Bills have him this corner, good communication to the safety. Take that. I'm taking your spot. So if Dart throws this is in a double coverage. And I know I'm doing a ton of explaining right now. So this is where Dart's got to get quicker, and we'll see it from the other angle. You got to get this ball out quicker. You see it from this angle. Snap your head. Get this ball out quick, right? Get this ball out. Put this ball right here. And you got yourself a nice chunk play. Instead, we hesitate on it. We go to throw it. You hold it. Good job. Scramble and get a couple yards out of it. Take a negative play, not letting a negative play become a really bad play. So next play, we just got a basic stick concept. Hit a Montrell Washington, and Washington does the rest. First down. Versus, ball comes out quick, so we don't know if this is a cover 2 or a cover 4. But looks like a cover 2. This linebacker goes underneath instead of over the top. If this linebacker had, or this nickel corner actually, if this nickel corner had went, declared for the flats over little Jordan Humphrey, we throw this ball here on the stick. He goes underneath, get the ball out to Montrell Washington. It's behind him, right? You want to lead him, but the ball being behind him actually helps him to, slow down the outside corner's angle and then break a tackle, and Washington does the rest. Who I was impressed with Washington. We'll get to a drop that he has. I know some people like to credit him with 2 drops. I don't, and that'll be the last throw that we get to. Just quick, smart decision by Jaxson Dart. Easy. Want to get that ball lead, and then Washington does the rest. Next play, empty, quarterback draw. Let me fast forward to that part. I put it on here because I didn't want to just keep it off, but I'm not doing a film breakdown on quarterback draw. Not in the preseason, at least. So now we've got 4 verts versus cover 1. Right? It's a form of 4 verts where the outside receivers can convert these into, curl routes you see up here because he's got the off coverage. So this safety rotates down. This safety rotates to the middle of the field. We're going to have one-on-one on the outside. Dart keeps his eyes over here to keep this safety honest. Turn. And we're going to give Lil Jordan Humphrey that opportunity. And the ball just gets batted at the line of scrimmage. Now we're gonna be able to get a touchdown out of a very similar thing here in a second. But good job. Keep that safety honest. Ball just gets tipped. Almost intercepted. And if that doesn't get intercepted, we don't have the touchdown pass. And again, not all interceptions are created equal. You can't get on Dart for that one. All right, next play, what do we have? Okay, so again, this is the touchdown pass. Again, we have the one middle field safety, single high safety. Looks like we've got man coverage across the board, or cover 3. And we've got press man up here, right? We've got off man down at the bottom. And this is an all curls concept, right? Curl, 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 except for this. And Dart pre-snap, you don't see it here, but Dable even confirms in the post-game presser. They check. Hey, he's got inside leverage. He's pressed up. We're going vertical on this, and I'm giving you a shot. As long as this safety doesn't totally bail to the left side of the field, we're getting this one-on-one shot. Dart knows it pre-snap. Keeps his eyes on the safety. Gets his feet aligned. Takes a hit. And just a beautiful pass to Lil Jordan Humphrey for a touchdown. I mean, perfect accuracy. You see this little bit right here? See this? That's a signal to Lil Jordan Humphrey. Go. You've got press. You've got that inside leverage. We're getting vertical. He knows pre-snap exactly where he's going. Jake Kubis, the right guard, gets destroyed by TJ Sanders. Take a hit. Bam! And gets that ball, just perfect placement on Lil Jordan Humphrey. Again, watch it in regular speed. And Jaxson Dart gets a night. Again, that's good stuff, man. Again, that's extremely basic preseason coverage, but that's everything you wanted to see from Jaxson Dart on this. And I'll even replay it as we talk through it. All right? We're diagnosing what it is, getting aggressive, checking our receiver into it, holding the safety, taking a hit, getting our feet aligned, and a perfectly placed ball. That's everything you want out of that play. There's nothing more that you could have asked for out of that play. All right, next drive. This ball gets tipped, but a good read on this. You got a snag concept versus cover 3. We're going to have the corner, the sit, and then the flat by Fedoni. And this is a good read by Dart. You got the nickel corner is going to take the flat. You have the curl hook defender is going to carry this corner out a little bit, leaving this zone underneath open where Dart is going to throw. Again, maybe Dart can, get this ball out a tad quicker because, his receiver is going to get hit on this. But this is where he's going to go. We're not going to the flat. In fact, this isn't even, I don't know if this is a two-way for this player, but he turns this into an over with the outside leverage, or a dig. Again, Kubis just gets smoked by Deion Walker. Not much Dart can do on that. Next, I said I wasn't going to put screens on this, but I just been putting this one on because a good job getting this ball over 6'7" Landon Jackson. Takes a third down conversion. I'm not going to sit here and fawn over a screen pass, but seeing Jackson's out there popping that ball up. Jackson's a big dude, and then offensive lineman and Dante Miller do the rest. Next play, I'm not even sure what this is, and Dart certainly isn't sure of what he's supposed to do passing-wise on this, and he scrambles and makes a run out of it, right? So when you see him scramble on broadcast, you're like, I like getting the rushing yards, right? I like the rushing ability, but did he not see something? I don't know exactly what we're trying to accomplish here. And sometimes when I do that, and I'm like, what is this? And like, yeah, somebody just did the wrong thing. I don't know if this is supposed to be a 4 verticals where, you have switch releasing down here and then, the curl. I don't know what we've got, but here's the one thing we have. Nobody to throw to. We are not throwing to any of this. In a perfect world, you can, be on Madden and freeze and say, hey, backside, get this. Like the only criticism you can really have is saying you have a take the 2 for the 3 over 2 instead of the 4 over 3. But there's nowhere to go. And Dart, on Marcus Bowe's only pressure allowed, is able to scramble for a 19-yard run. Again, there's nowhere for him to go on this. Unless you're saying get to that backside vertical, that's not even part of the play. I don't know exactly what we're trying to accomplish. I don't know if somebody did something wrong, but there's nothing there. Make a miss and turn a negative into a positive. Turn a bad play into a good play. Next play, what do we've got? We're going to take another vertical here to Dalen Cambry. This is Y cross. So you're going to have the vertical, the choice, and then the cross from Montrell Washington. You get it versus man coverage, so I'll never be too mad at you taking the vertical versus man coverage. But I would say on this you know what? This is Dalen Cambry. This is a guy who had 7 catches in college, is like 5'8", 5'9". That's just not the spot to go to him. Lil Jordan Humphrey, Malik Neighbors, those guys, Jalen Hyatt may give an opportunity. Because this is not like a badly placed ball. It's just that receiver specifically, know your personnel, is not making that play. Where if, I wanted to use hindsight, I would say, hey, hang in this pocket a little bit. You've got a 4-man rush. Step up and hit the cross to Montrell Washington. Because Cambry's just not making, and maybe if he does, I'm sitting here being pumped. I'm the biggest Dalen Cambry fan in the world. But we've got the cross on this, right? That's a route that just gets open, and Cambry's just not making that play. Next play, what do we've got? All right, so we're going to motion the running back. We're going to have 4 out, and then the slant backside. Looks like a little bit like a spacing concept at the front, but they've get a 5-man, they get the blitz on this, a 5-man rush with man coverage. You've got the slant on the backside. I don't know if that was him reading this blitz or that's just what the whole play design was to, work this 4 out, get all this attention, and you just get an isolation slant. But regardless, Dart sees it. Good timing, good accuracy. Complete a slant route next play. So, and this another one, just a ball that misses, right? We're going to have these double hitches on the inside with the speed out. All right, so we're going to have a hitch by Washington, the number 2. The number 1's going to run a speed out. And we just sail it. And this is you get it versus cover 2. Very soft cover 2. Just put this ball out here. And we just miss. So again, like, there's some decision-making stuff we've went through, but the main negative is just missed on 3 throws. Like, that's really the negative from this game. We got 6 more plays that we're going to go through in this 2-minute drill. That's really nice, but just misses on that. So next play, we're going to get all curls versus cover 1 robber, and Washington just drops the ball. So again, you got the 2 high safeties. This safety rotates down. You get a 5-man pressure, so you've got man coverage. He's got his matchup with Washington. Good route by Washington too, right? To, sell outside, transition. We're here. This should be a first down. And, this ball could be placed a little better, but at the end of the day, That's an NFL catch that needs to be made by Montrell Washington. And this is where Dart should go on this. Or you got Daquan Felton up here. You're just not throwing that ball. He's not that guy. You throw it outside shoulder. This is what you want. And Washington just drops it. Again, could place that ball a little better. Fires that in. Good velocity. Just drops it. So now we get to this 2-minute drill. So we have 4 more plays. Some good stuff on this drive. First play, we're going to run Y cross, right? Vertical, choice, cross. Versus cover 3. We step up, we navigate the pocket, and we hit that cross. So see, Dalen Cambry, we're not throwing that vertical to him. You've got the tight end who's got the choice. This safety rotates down into 3 sky. He's got the flats. So you could, hit this quick pass here, but he's got a 2-way go. He's sitting. You don't want to get to that. So let's get to the backside of this. Right? This linebacker is widening out with the running back. So the fact that this linebacker is sitting here at the tight end means we're going to have the middle of the field open. We're going to have the middle of the field open. We're going to have to hang in there on it, but it's there. Bam, puts it on him. Again, good job navigating the pocket, having an idea of where you want to go. You see Dart reads the front side of this. This tight end's bracketed, right? We don't want to hit that sit. It's a 2-minute drill. Let's get to the backside of this. We see that this linebacker is widening out with the running back. We've got this. We've got all of this. So Dart does a good job sliding in the pocket. Beautiful accuracy. Again, forcing this linebacker to commit. Slide in the pocket. Hits Washington. Next play, we're going to hit that sail concept. Versus cover 4. This outside corner is going to carry with the vertical. Want to have some better accuracy on that. That's about as easy of a sail, read you're going to get when you have this corner who just turns his back and is chasing the number 2 vertically. This safety's playing deep. He's not very easy read for him. The curl hook defender is playing the flat. Just a very easy read for Dart. Aggressive, hits it. Just want to give Washington a ball. We don't want our receivers having to turn backwards and leap for a pass. But very simple read. First down, right? 2 chunk plays in a row to Montrell Washington. So next play, this is the last big read play where I want to see Dart hang in a little longer. And again, you remember this is 2-minute drill. So we're going to run the sail concept. We're going to run this essentially the exact same concept, just so they flip the side. This time we're going to get it versus, again, 3 sky. So this safety is going to take middle of the field. This safety is rotating down into the flats. And so what are we reading? Right? The vertical, Cambry. This outside corner is there. He's taking this, right? He wants to play both, but he's taking this. This safety is playing with so much depth that there's no way that he's going to, cut down and try and take this. So for Dart on this one, hang in there. I understand we're playing extremely soft coverage from the Bills here, and the check down is going to get some decent yards for you. But just hang in there on this one a little bit. You got a 4-man rush. It's not like you got pressure. Get this ball out here. That's where you want to go for it. That's, one of Dart's bread and butter concepts at Ole Miss. My college film breakdown of him started off with that sail concept and how well he ran it. Just hang in there. Hang in there, because it's there. That check down's going to be there. If this player turns, flips his hips and runs with the corner, it's there, though. Get to the check down, and you only get 5 yards on a play that could have been 10 to 12 yards. Or 10 to 20 yards. In a 2-minute drill, that type of stuff matters. But, good job knowing where your outlet is and getting to it. And then last play, a little bit of like could have been a better decision, but it's not a bad decision, but it's just the throw. Third down, levels concept. I know I saw people crediting Montreal Washington with a drop on this. I'm not buying that. So we get it again versus, we actually get our first pressure look. We get a 6-man rush because the back is in, so we got 6 versus 6. Protection-wise, we're going to run a full slide, right? So we got a full slide protection with the running back taking the backside, linebacker or nickel corner, whoever this is, who's showing blitz on a third down. So when we see that this linebacker triggers, you should know, like on this levels concept, or almost looks like drive too, this is going to be there. But at the same time, you get this versus man coverage. Washington wins this route, right? This is not a bad decision. This could have been a better decision. But this is not a bad decision. Getting to your number, this is a pure progression. This is or I believe it is. It's a 1, 2, 3. But the ball's just behind him. We want this ball here. Put this ball out in front of him. He's got to turn, wait, allows the corner to get in here. The view doesn't show you if it hits his hands or the corner's hands. Just got to put a better ball on Washington there. And, then you've got a first down, and your stat line may have ended with 2 touchdowns on the day. But again, this is a very teachable moment for Dart, right? When you're looking for blitz here and you get the blitz, well, you've got man coverage, right? So this is here. Just check. Just check this linebacker. Because if this linebacker stays middle of the field and it's just a basic cover 1, you don't want to throw this. So just check with this. But the out's going to be there, right? All you have to do is just check. If you just check and he's blitzing, all right, we've got the underneath is going to be right there, right? We've got a switch release. We set up a pit. That's going to be there. And if he stays, then you still have the out, right? It's still there as an option. But we just got to put a better ball on Washington there. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. A lot of fun to make. Good to be getting back into the film breakdown game. And Jaxson Dart, man, nice debut. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing different types of film videos every week. I think I'm going to do an Abdul Carter and Marcus Bowe in the preseason. On our Patreon, I'm doing full game film reviews every week, including the preseason. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, let's go Big Blue.